Today we will read Lesson 111 to Lesson 120. Here we go. Lesson 111, Word List. Endings s equals /s/. It's, sits, fits, lots, spots, gets, nuts, boots, roots, floats, seats, sheets, streets, fists, lasts, costs, trusts, gifts, facts, pants, plants, points, counts, cheeks, weeks, asks, blanks, thanks, thinks, cuffs. Lesson 111, Sentences. The bed has clean sheets and a quilt. Gail thinks that she did well on the test. Spot the pup has lots of spots on his back. His cheeks were pink from the wind and sun. A pig can dig in the mud with its long snout. An oak tree can sink its roots deep in the ground. In 2 weeks, Greg gets to go on a trip to the ranch. Mitch had 3 main points in his speech to the class. Scott has a tan pair of pants and a brown pair of boots. Each week, a big truck will come by and sweep the streets. Lesson 112, Word List. Endings s equals /s/. Lips, tips, cups, shops, stops, crops, scraps, helps, bumps, clumps, lamps, keeps, sweeps, troops, socks, rocks, blocks, backs, tracks, slacks, stacks, checks, picks, sticks, bricks, tricks. Lesson 112, Sentences. Ray keeps his room neat and clean. The seal at the zoo can do tricks. The scout saw some deer tracks on the trail. Fran can give Fred some tips on how to play chess. Cliff has on gray slacks and a pair of black socks. At lunch, the dog will come up to Lee and beg for scraps of food. Each day, the mail truck stops by and picks up the mail. Lesson 113, Word List. Endings s equals /z/. Ribs, kids, reeds, hands, stands, needs, seeds, weeds, pounds, sounds, clouds, bags, wags, eggs, legs, songs, sings, wings, things, hours, goals, tools, nails, feels, wheels, meals, hills, pills, smells. Lesson 113, Sentences. Dean reads as much as he can. The kids can go out and play on the lawn. J has a pair of pants with cuffs on the legs. Jill must try to eat at least 3 meals a day. At lunch, Jill had ham and eggs with wheat toast. Troy keeps his tools in a box out in the tool shed. Kay got 2 pounds of ground beef at the meat shop. Joan can rinse the soap off of her hands in the sink. Lesson 114, Word List. Endings s equals / z / seems, dreams, plans, twins, means, jeans, cleans, rains, towns, ears, years, fears, cheers, stairs, laws, pause, claws, days, ways, boys, toys, peas, trees, comes, gives, lives, leaves, sleeves. Lesson 114, Sentences. The 2 boys seem to be twins. Mom will give the boys some toys to play with. Nell has a pair of black jeans. Ray lives on the west coast, near the sea. Rick will be gone on a trip for 3 days. When it rains, the streets are wet and slick. The leaves on the trees are green in the spring. The sleeves on the blouse were too long for Joy. The hound has ears that droop and a tail that wags. In 2 years, Anne will be 3 and Glenn will be 10. Lesson 115, Word List. Endings s equals / z / misses, passes, classes, glasses, dresses, buses, fixes, boxes, taxes, brushes, ashes, crashes, dishes, wishes, inches, branches, peaches, reaches, teaches, coaches, launches, itches, pitches, stitches, matches, patches, stretches, crutches. Lesson 115, Sentences. The stick is 12 inches long. Nick will have a can of peaches as a snack. Mitch can rinse off the dishes in the sink. Chuck must clean his glasses with a soft cloth. If you had 3 wishes, what would you wish for? Each day, Nell brushes her hair with a soft brush. The dress shop has lots of dresses to choose from. Joan teaches a math class and coaches the chess team. Bill had a deep cut on his hand and had to get stitches. The branches on the tree can bend and sway in the breeze. Lesson 116, Word List. Endings ed equals / ed / needed, crowded, loaded, boarded, landed, handed, stranded, ended, pounded, sounded, acted, lifted, melted, weighted, heated, floated, rested, tested, roasted, toasted, trusted, rented, hunted, counted, haunted, pointed, printed, planted, painted, fainted. Lesson 116, Sentences. Ross lay down on the bed and rested. Paul can eat a bag of roasted nuts as a snack. When the film ended, Neil got up and left his seat. The boys got on the raft and floated down the stream. At lunch, Gail had a toasted wheat bun with melted cheese. The boy fainted when he saw a spook in the haunted house. Kay waited at the train stop for the train to come. Kay boarded the crowded train and sat down in a rear seat. Lesson 117, Word List. Endings ed equals /d/. Filled, spilled, yelled, smelled, cooled, fooled, mailed, sailed, boiled, spoiled, howled, growled, crawled, soared, cheered, steered, aimed, claimed, seemed, dreamed, rained, sprained, moaned, groaned, loaned, cleaned, yawned, frowned, stayed, played. Lesson 117, Sentences. Jill filled her glass with milk. Ray boiled some eggs in a big pot. Lee cleaned the dishes in the sink. The dog sat and howled at the moon. The dog growled when it smelled a cat. Beth played a trick on Roy and fooled him. The crowd cheered when the team played well. Max moaned and groaned when he sprained his leg. Lesson 118, Word List. Endings ed equals /t/. Asked, soaked, packed, cracked, picked, tricked, locked, thanked, winked, blinked, jumped, camped, helped, fixed, tossed, crossed, missed, passed, dressed, sniffed, reached, coached, matched, pitched, stretched, brushed, wished, fished, crashed, splashed. Lesson 118, Sentences. Anne packed her bags for the trip. Dad got out his tools and fixed the truck. Kay asked her mom if she could go out and play. Matt picked a belt that matched his brown pants. Brad thanked Beth when she helped him with his math. Frank yawned and stretched and got out of bed. Frank brushed his hair and cleaned his teeth. The boys jumped in the pool and cooled off. In the pool, Stan splashed Chuck and soaked him. Lesson 119, Word List. Endings double consonant plus ed. Nodded, skidded, chatted, dotted, spotted, trotted, tagged, wagged, begged, jogged, hugged, bugged, shrugged, hummed, grinned, planned, rubbed, grabbed, slipped, skipped, shipped, trapped, clapped, flapped, popped, hopped, stopped, shopped, dropped, chopped. Lesson 119, Sentences. The crowd clapped and cheered when the play ended. Paul dropped his glass and spilled milk on the rug, and sat next to Greg on the bus and chatted with him. In the rain, a van skidded on the slick street and crashed. Fran reached out and grabbed the rail when she slipped on the step. Chuck spotted his lost pup as it trotted down the street. When the pup saw Chuck, it wagged its tail and ran up to him. Chuck grinned as he picked up the pup and hugged it. Lesson 120, Word List. Endings: ing, being, going, doing, acting, resting, meeting, painting, pointing, counting, fixing, ending, sending, landing, standing, needing, speeding, reading, playing, saying, staying, keeping, sleeping, helping, camping, teaching, matching, asking, thinking, singing, hanging, raining, cleaning, feeling, spelling, fishing. Lesson 120, Sentences. Liz is acting in a play. Kim is singing with a band. Kent and Rick are going fishing in the creek. The train went speeding past on the train tracks. They planned to go on a camping trip in the spring. There was a swing hanging from a branch of the oak tree. Ray had a feeling that he would do well on the math test. Gail is one of the best in her class at reading and spelling. Gail is teaching Cliff to read, and she is helping him with his spelling. Thank you everyone. This is Teacher Jamar. We will see you next time.